What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Tool. Yes, indeed. Tool fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Scotty James, all one word, I kid you not. And it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 51% of the vote, moving it from number 655 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is Tool. Looks like we're finally getting to it. A lot of people have been wanting me to do this, and so here we are. A song called Inoculum.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Tool, yeah, surprise, surprise. And the video has 33.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Tool, Inoculum audio. They don't really do a whole lot of music videos, do they? It's usually just audio. And look, I'm fine with that. I got no problem with that. I'm here for the song anyway. I could usually care less about the music video. Just an observation. You know, I've noticed that there aren't a whole lot of music videos that are made for Tool songs. Whoa! Whoa. 10:22. Okay, I don't think it's the is it the longest Tool song I've done? Actually, now I think about it, it might be. Or was Lateralus longer? I don't remember. Tool songs, long Tool songs. They're kind of hit and miss with me. There have been some long Tool songs that I've absolutely dug. And then there have been some long Tool songs that I am not the biggest fan of. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. But this is a song that a lot of people in the comments have been asking me to do. So here we are. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I'm sure there's a time signature. I'm just not finding it yet. love that tribal feel. Justin with the delay, love it. I love Justin coming in with the bass with that delay patch. Very, very fitting. It absolutely works. I'm not always the biggest fan of effects on bass. Not always. There have been a number of songs I've heard in the past where I look at the bass player, I'm like, why? Why do you feel the need to put an effect on there? A clean, punchy bass tone would have been just fine. There are other times like this where I feel like the effect definitely feels good. I don't feel like it necessarily adds, but it definitely works. It fits within the context of the song. And with what's happening in Danny Carey's drums, with that tribal pattern that he's got going on right now, with some great polyrhythms, by the way, I feel like Justin's effect is warranted. It definitely works. And then there are other times where I'll hear a song with bass using effects, and I'll look at the bass player and I'll go, don't you ever, ever take that effect off. The song needs that effect. I don't know if I would go as far with this song. I don't feel like it's needed, but he's doing it, and it definitely contributes. But I don't think the song would fall apart without it. You know what I mean? I like the effect, though. I do. And his tone. I've always been a big fan of his tone. That bright, punchy tone. I don't know how he gets that. I have a Sans amp, and I have a setting guide for it, and it says Justin Chancellor. And I looked at it, and I said, exactly, it doesn't sound the same. It sounds close. Sort of. Okay, let me rephrase that. It sounds kind of close, but it doesn't sound exact like his. So I don't know how he gets his tone, man. I really wish I did, because it sounds great. It is 4/4. The intro was throwing me off because I couldn't lock in. I couldn't find it. I was like, there is a time signature, because I keep hearing that strike, which I don't know what that is, by the way. But I know there's a ton of effect on it, both a pitch up and a pitch down, a swoop of some kind. Was some sort of an envelope filter, I guess, maybe. But that strike would hit, and it was consistent. It was like the downbeat of 1, but I didn't know where the actual tempo was because I couldn't find the time signature. It wasn't until I heard the congas come in. Once the congas came in, I was like, oh, there it is, 4/4. Okay, now we're off and running. You know what I mean? It felt good, though. It feels good. I'm digging the song so far. I really like the tribal feel of it. It sounds really good. I love Justin's bass. So, yeah, so far so good. Let's keep going. Got a good groove. Descending line in Justin's bass, nice. I like what's happening in Adam's guitar too. I like that effect he's got going. Adam's got this very slight backmasking effect happening within his guitar. You hear that, you hear him come in, and you hear that swell in, right? And I was thinking maybe he's playing with the volume knob a little bit. No, it's a backmasking effect. And the reason I'm saying it's a backmasking effect, it's consistent. It's the exact same every single time. There's no variation. I dig it. I like backmasking effects. I do. I've heard a lot of musicians, a lot of bands that use it successfully. And so far, Adam's using it successfully. I got no issue with it. I think it's really cool. It definitely adds a little more of that ether type of a feel to the song. I was looking for that word. That was the last. It wasn't the last reaction I did to Tool. That was a reaction I did to Tool a while back, and I was looking for a word to describe it. Ether, 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 ether. That ether type of sound. It absolutely fits this. It absolutely does. I love that descending line from Justin. He's on the A's, right? On the octaves, A's. He's on the root and the octave on the A, and then he'll go up to the fifth. He'll go up to that E and descend to the D, down to the C, down, back down to the A again. Bum, ba-dum, 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 dum, dum, type of feel. All with that echo, all with that delay pedal. And he's got it in such a way that he's subdividing within the delay itself. Man, it sounds cool. I dig it. I dig it. Let's keep going, shall we?
Contagion, I exhale you.
Here it is again.
Deceiver says, you belong to me. You don't want to breathe the light of the others. Feel the light, feel the breath, feel the others for eternity. But I hear them now, inhale the clarity, hear the venom in what you say, inoculated. Bless this immunity. Bless this immunity. Bless this immunity.
I'm sorry, I gotta play it. I gotta play it. Okay, it may be tuning down. Not an A, we're in A sharp. I don't have a delay, obviously, but so root to 5, root to 8. But it's not root though. The new root's been established on the octave, so he's not playing A sharp down here. He's playing the new root on the octave of that. Yeah, so from the root up to the octave of that root. Yeah, so root to 5, well, new root, up and up. We're gonna go +8 on everything here, okay? So root to 5, root to 8, root 4 5, root to 5, root to 8 to root 5 8, 4 5, root to 5 to root to 8 to root 5 4 5. So root to 5 to root to 8 to root 4 5, root to 5 to root to 8 to root 4 5, root to 8, root to 5 to root to 8. It's repetitive, but man, what a great shift! What a great shift from what he was doing before, where it was the 5 to the 4 to the 3 to the 7 to the root. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, well, to the 8. I mean, so the 7 to the 8. Bum ba da bum bum. So boom bum 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 dum. And now it's skipping it's still utilizing the 5, but instead of going down, he goes up to the octave above. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. It's the same. It's following the same pattern rhythmically, just changing up the notes ever so slightly, but still within the format of the chordal structure. So very nice, very well done. I dig it. I love hearing active bass, man. And that's one of the reasons why I find myself falling in love more and more with Tool, is because I feel like Justin really gets a lot of chances to shine in Tool songs. And I dig that. I really do. I'm very happy for him about that. Okay, 5/4, my bad. 5/4 at the end of it. Okay. this? Wait. Dun, 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 dun. How did that riff go again? I gotta figure that out. Whoa. Seven to the sixth. Whoa. So when they went down, they went all the way down to the 4, the 5, 6, to the 3, to the 7, to the root. Wow. What a great riff. What a great riff. It's not a hard riff. It just it's different. It's not your typical resolving, wrap it up transitional riff. It's a little different than what you would normally hear. When they went down to the 4 underneath, that really got my, listen to this. See if it gets your attention as much as it's getting mine. Right there. You see what I'm talking about? Where it goes down to the 4? Wow. That whole section right there has been the highlight of the song for me so far. First of all, the subdivision work. It threw me for a loop the first time through, but then I just locked into 4. I'm like, okay, it's 4/4, it's 4/4, it's 4/4. Let's see if I'm right. And it was all in 4/4, but the subdivision work made it feel a little different. I was wondering if we were going into 3/4 or 7/4 possibly, but no, we were in 4/4 the whole time. Just some great subdivision work. That riff at the end, that transitional riff, dropping down to the 4, loved it. Loved everything about it. And then coming up, skipping the 5 up to the 6, from the 6 to the 3 to the 7, resolved to the 8 again. That was nice. That was really nice. I mean, I dig that riff. I really do. I'm going to steal it. I'm absolutely going to steal that riff. I'm going to use it in a song somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm going to remember that riff for sure. The thing that really was nice about that whole section, though, was Maynard's vocals. Wow. I've been noticing his vocals through the entire song so far. No effects. No effects. Other than what you typically hear. A little bit of reverb, some compression, yeah, sure, no problem. But nothing like what we've heard from him in the past. No chorus effect, no tremolo effect, no backmasking, no AM radio effect or telephone effect, just clean vocals all the way through. And when he got to this part, it's like all of a sudden he himself kicked it up into overdrive, got much stronger, much more projected, much more powerful. And as a result, because of that difference between verses and I think this might be the chorus we just heard. It would make sense. I don't know if it's the chorus or not, but it would absolutely make sense that it is. You had verses, and then you had this section, which we're gonna call the chorus for right now. And we had this much of a difference in power and projection, not support. He's been supported the whole time. Okay, pitch is on point. Everything's been on point. It's just all of a sudden we had this increase in delivery. What a difference. What a difference. And I like how to me, it felt like the vocals took control in this section. I'm going to listen to this whole section again. No, no, I don't care. Hey, it's my show. If I want to go back, we're going to go back. I want to hear this whole section again. I just rewound about 20 seconds to see if I'm right. Nope. Gotta rewind more. More. The vocals are carrying it. Nice. I love that part. Love that part. What a great groove. What great subdivision work. Yes! Yeah! I'll repeat it! I love that they repeated it!
I like it!
Gotta hear it again. No! No, I don't care! Hey! Look! It's my show! If you don't like it, too bad! We're doing it again! That was nice! And I didn't even see it coming. I could not have predicted that. I like how they went down to the 4 for that one resolved note. Oh! Get nasty, Justin, yeah! Not locking in. I'm not locking in. My gut's telling me 5, but I'm feeling 7. 13? 13-8. Possibly. One more time. One more time, and I think I'll get it.
All control. You poison. You spectacle.
No, 11-8. 11-8. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's 11-8. Okay. 11-8. Wow. Okay, what a switch. First things first. We had a tempo decrease. We went from like, I want to say 84, I think. I think we went about 84 to about 76, maybe 74. Somewhere in that range. There was a drop of about 8 to 10 beats per minute. So we definitely slowed down. Not a lot, but it was noticeable. So we had that deceleration, first of all, a very sudden drop. It wasn't even a decelerando. It was just, boom, instantly dropped down. And we're switching gear from 4/4 to what I'm feeling 11/8. That's how I'm counting it. I could be wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm 100% right. I could very well be wrong about that, but I'm counting 11/8. And it makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's how I'm feeling it. Which, count it out. 3, 3, 3, 2. What do you get? Would you like a calculator? Do you need a calculator? You get 11/8. So I could be wrong about that, though. Someone showed me the sheet music. You know, someone showed me the official sheet music from Tool for this song. And if it says anything else, I'll definitely look at it and listen to it and go, oh yeah, that makes sense. But in my head right now, I got 11/8. Feels good. Feels good. It gives it that kind of a trippy feel. It's a nice groove. It's a really nice groove. Let's keep going here. What's Adam doing? I was just doing quarter notes. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Ah, ah.
Exercise the spectacle, exercise the melody, exercise the disparate poison for eternity. Purge me and evacuate the venom and the fear that binds me.
Nice variation. I like it.
Deceiver, chased away. I'm dying.
They came up with a notational variation, but still following the same theme of the chorus, but they're having it now fit not just notationally, but also from a rhythmic standpoint, they're having it fit within that 11/8. God, these guys are so freaking smart. They really are. So what they're doing is they're doing what a lot of other rock bands do, but they're doing it their way. They're going back to the well. They're going back to the chorus, the catchiest part of the song, at least in my opinion. They're going back to the catchiest part of the song, the hookiest part of the song, and they're now applying it into that 11/8 section. They had to make a change to it rhythmically, and since they're going to make a change to it rhythmically, why not make a little change to the chordal progression? Why not? We're going to use the same notes, but we're going to use them in a slightly different order, just to kind of make people perk their ears up and go, wait a minute, that wasn't the same, and that's a good thing, because you're going to keep your listeners engaged. You're going to keep the listeners vested in what's happening within the song. They're not going to go, oh, they're just redoing the chorus again. That's old hat. They're not doing that. You can't do that because what they're playing is not the same as the chorus. Following the same format? Yes. Following the same chordal ideas? Yes. Following the same chordal structures? Yes. Following the same chordal progression? No, not the same. There's some different variations compared to what we heard in the chorus, but that's what makes it interesting. That and the fact that they're keeping that 11/8 going. Very cool. I do hope they come out of this 11/8 section and they go back to that chorus and do the chorus in 4/4 like they did at the beginning to end the song out. I really hope they do that. I don't know if they will. I don't know if I'll get my wish granted, but I'm really hoping they do, because I love that chorus. Let's keep going. Going down to the 4. We may just stay in 11/8 the whole time out. Shoot. I almost had it. Ah! Ending was different. Came out of the 8 and went more into a 4/4 feel, but it wasn't 4/4. It was more, it wasn't 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It wasn't like an 8 feel anymore. It was more straight ahead. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Maybe it's 5. Might have been 5. I don't know. I'm not sure about the ending. Ending kind of lost me a little bit. I like that strong unison line ending, though. I do like how they ended with that unison line. I just wish they had gone on a little longer so I could have locked in with the time signature. I don't know what it was for the ending. I'm not going to go back. I've already gone back enough. I want to keep you guys waiting. I don't know how I'm going to score this. I don't know. We can, okay. First of all, 7s? No, not 7s. This is going to be up in the 8s, maybe the 9s. I don't know. Shoot. I need to think about this. There's so many scores going in and out of my head right now. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Tool with Fear Inoculum. This was a request from Scotty James, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 51% of the vote, moving up to number 655 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, I'm already looking at about a 40-minute video. I really don't want us to be here for an hour, and I'm sure you guys don't want to be here for an hour either. So I am going to do my best. I'm going to try my best to wrap everything up in 10 minutes. I'm going to do my damnedest to make that happen. But folks, I make no guarantees and I make no promises other than I'm going to do my best. Like I said, I don't want to be here for an hour, and I'm sure you don't either. All right, let's start with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.4. Yep, 9.4. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
First thing I'm going to say, because I know people are wondering, because I gave it a 9.4. Is this my new favorite Tool song? No. No. As much as I would love to say it is, I would not be honest if I were to make that claim. No. The Grudge, still my favorite Tool song. Having said that, yeah, I would definitely put this up there, though. Top 10, without question. Top 10. Top 5. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I would go as far as say top 5, but top 10, yeah. I feel very confident putting it in top 10. This was fun to listen to. Once we got past the intro, now, I have no problem with the intro. I want to make that clear. I got no problem with the intro. I see what the intro was doing. I see where it was going. It was leading us, and it phased us into 4/4. It led us there. I got no problem with that. I got absolutely no problem with that. It wasn't like the intro was this disjointed thing that had absolutely no impact or no bearing on the actual song at all. It never felt disconnected. It never felt disjointed. It did feel like it was leading us to the downbeat. You know what I mean? So I had no problem with that. I knew there was a time signature there. And the reason I could tell there was a time signature there is the strike. The strike was always happening. And it happened within the same amount of time. I just couldn't lock into what the time was. I couldn't subdivide the whole note that we were hearing in as far as, well, the whole rest into a quarter note subdivision because I couldn't feel it until the congas came in. Now, once the congas came in, I was like, oh, there it is, 4/4. No problem. Let's have some fun. And the song had a great groove, man, from the start. With that 4/4 going on, with that tribal feel happening within the drums. Justin's bass with that delay, very nice. And I loved the patterns that Justin was coming up with. There was those 3 patterns he came up with. One just very simplistic quarter notes on the root. No, that's not even going to be discussed. But the one where he was going from the 1 up to the 5 to the 4 to the 3 down to the 2 to the 7 to the root to resolve again. That was really cool. The other one that really got me and that I really liked from him, actually, and this is going to be weird coming from me, but the one with the play with the octave. Remember, we jumped up an octave. So the new 1 is now the old octave, the old 8. So we're going to reestablish the root. 1 to 5 to 1 to 8. So I thought it was 4/5. I was wrong. It was 5/4. So 1 to 5 to 1 to 8 to 5/4 to 5 to 1 to 8 to 5/4. You know, that was really cool. It felt really nice. Definitely fit within the groove. Adam's guitar playing in this, very ethereal, very ether-like through that first part. Some great swell-ins, volume-wise, but still utilizing that ever so slight backmasking effect. I liked it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, backmasking this, backmasking that, and backmasking is such a cheap effect. No, it's not. It is an effect that can be overused, and I will absolutely agree that there are a lot of bands that do overuse it and use it way too strongly, way too much of an effect on it. Adam doesn't do that. Adam uses the effect very subtly, I guess is the best way to put it. It's noticeable, it is there, but it's not, the song isn't leaning on the backmasking effect like we've heard from a lot of other bands where the guitar player needs it and relies on it. So it was there to contribute to the song, and I have no problem with that at all. It had a very nice effect, a very pleasing sound to it. The polyrhythms and Danny rhythms playing, the tribal feel that he had going on the whole time. If I'm not mistaken, Fear Inoculum, if I'm not mistaken, this is the title track. I think that album is called Fear Inoculum, so this would be the title track. It has a kind of a zombie feel to it, though. Like, I feel this should be on that album that Zombie came off of. I think that's called 10,000 Days, I think. This song feels like it could be on that album. But I love the polyrhythms that he was doing. Fit very well. Gave a lot of great subdivision work and subdivision feel to make it feel like there were times where we weren't in 4/4. Make no mistake about it, folks. We were in 4/4 for about the first, I would say, 2/3 of the song. And I got no issue with that at all. It establishes a very solid groove all the way through. Very easy to follow along with. Maynard's vocals on this, on the verses, very appropriate. Kind of had that I wouldn't say laid back, but definitely a more relaxed feel to it. But then when we kicked into the chorus, the quote unquote chorus, man, did it get powerful. It took over. When we got to that section, Maynard's vocals decided to step up to the front of the line and lead the way. They got very intense. They got much more powerful, much more projected. And everybody's gonna go, what about support? The support was there in the verses. I mean, you could hear the support in his vocals. They were definitely steady. They weren't wavery at all. So they were definitely well supported. Just a little softer, a little more relaxed. But when we kicked in to the choruses, it got stronger, it got brighter, it got more powerful, and more projected. But the support was always there. Make no mistake about that. It was really good to see his vocals lead the charge. But we still had the presence of Adam's guitar. We still had the presence of Justin's bass playing. In particular, my favorite part, when we had those unison parts where everybody was hitting on the same notes at the same time. Those impactful sections, really nice. I dug it. And I love the chordal progression they came up with. I had to go back and listen to that a few times. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna steal that. I absolutely am. I don't know when I'm gonna use it, but I'm absolutely gonna steal it. Very, very cool, man. It's not something that you would see coming. I certainly didn't see it coming. No, the whole song, all the way about 2/3 of the way, I was absolutely digging. We get to the next section where we went into that, what I believe, don't hold me to this, but I believe it's 11/8. That's how I was counting it. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. That's how I was counting it. You add that up, 3 3 3 2. If you really need a calculator for that, you might want to think about going back to school. It adds up to 11. All right, so 11/8. Still, even with an odd time signature such as 11/8, was able to get a nice feeling groove going. Now, here's where a lot of Tool fans are going to get confused about what I say about that. Because a lot of Tool fans are going to go and point at other Total reactions I've done where they've changed time signatures. And they're going to say, you're being a hypocrite. Because when they did this song and they were changing time signatures here and here and here and here and here, you were really upset about that. You're absolutely right. I was upset about it because they were changing time signatures so frequently and with such a vast variation and degree of time of changing time signatures. They would go from 3/8 to 7/8 to 11/8 to 3/4 to 7/4 to 5/4 to 18/8, even just, to 33/8, back to 4/4, and it's like, and they would do it like every 2 measures. How in the world are you going to groove to that? How in the world are you going to establish a solid groove when you are literally changing time signatures to vast and varying degrees with absolutely no pattern, no rhyme or reason whatsoever? How are you going to groove to that? The answer is very simple. You're not. You're going to think there's a groove there. You're going to think you feel a groove there. It's going to deceive you into thinking that there's a groove. But guys, there's no real groove there. It's just them showing off their theory. One of the main reasons why I fell out of love with Dream Theater is because they would pull garbage like that, and they would spend more time patting themselves in the back. Oh, look what we achieved. We were able to squeeze 187 time signature changes into a 5-minute long song. Yeah, congratulations, guys. Congrats. Hope you feel good about yourselves. But that's not what happened here. They did change time signature. Yes, they did. They switched from 4/4 to 11/8, and that's all that they did. They didn't change it from 11/8 to 4/4 to 3/4 to 31/8 to 15/16 to, they didn't do that. They just went from 4/4 to 11/8, and they established a groove within that 11/8 that felt good. I got no problem with that. None. No problem with that whatsoever. And the other thing that they did was they slowed down the tempo. I predicted, I think I said 86 to 76. I actually took that back. I'm thinking like maybe 84 to 82. All right, well, let's be safe. Somewhere between 86 and 82. Somewhere in there, down to somewhere between 78 to 74. That's what it felt like. It was noticeable, but it wasn't humongous, okay? But it was noticeable. We did notice a very slight change in tempo. I think that's part of the reason why we were able to establish that groove so well as we did within that 11/8, because we did slow it down a little bit. I was trying to picture that 11/8 at the original tempo. I think it would have worked, but it would have felt hurried. I think it would have felt a little on edge, and I don't think that's what Tool was going for. I think they wanted to kind of bring it down a little bit so it would make the groove a little easier to be accessible, which perfectly fine with me. Felt really good. I loved the variation in the chorus they brought in and made it fit within that 11/8. A variation both from a rhythmic standpoint and from a chordal progression standpoint. It made the listeners reinvest in the song. It kept the listener interested. It kept the song from becoming monotonous, and I thought that was really well done. They did go back to the well, yes, but they brought the water back from the well. That was a little bit different. Something happened in there. Well, what happened was a little change in chordal progression. Same chords were used, just in a different order, and the rhythmic change, which was really nice. It's now no longer in 4/4. They're making it fit now within an 11/8 scheme, which I got no issue with at all. The ending, I don't know if I know they changed time signature. I just don't know what they went to. Unfortunately, the ending ended a little short. I wish if it had gone on for, I would say, honestly, probably another 4 measures, I think I might have been able to get it. But at that point, like I said, we've already got a 40-minute video, and I didn't want to keep it going. You know what I mean? So I didn't go back. I'll do that on my own. I'll go back and check it and see if I can figure out what it is. It might be 4/4 with just some amazing subdivision work that's really throwing me off, but I don't think that's the case. I'm not sure what it was, but it was a great ending. It definitely felt good. Very impactful ending. I love the unison hits. The unison hits all together, in sync together with each other. Very nicely done. Now, overall, across the board, one of the most impressive songs I've heard from Tool. Absolutely, without question. Definitely one of the more impressive songs. Now, having said that, like I said, is this my new favorite? No. I'm still, the Grudge is still my favorite song from Tool. I'm sorry. I know people are gonna boo me on that, but it's still my favorite. I wouldn't even put this in top 5. I don't I don't feel comfortable putting this in top 5, but I will put this top 10 without question. So 9.4, man, that's a high score, isn't it? But honestly, it's the score I think this song deserves. I feel good with that score, and that is where we're gonna stay. So 9.4, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.